what type of body of water you're at. Is the water dirty? If it's dirtier, I'm definitely probably going with the Chopo over walking bait. If the fish are up shallow and real aggressive, I'm going to go with the Chopo over a walking bait. If they're maybe not as aggressive and they're maybe just say feeding on more shad, maybe a little more lethargic, post spawn, and the water's cleaner, I'm going to pick up a walking bait for sure. Clean water, walking bait for me most of the time over the Chopo. But that's me. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I really, it's funny. I never really thought about that much. Like, I just pick one up and I go with it. And it's like, well, that worked. And they're like, that didn't work. Let me try Spook, or Sexy Dog. So, I think that there's a time and place. If there's like spawning fish, the first thing I want to say was if there's spawning fish, maybe I'll throw like a popper or something so that I can keep it in one place and really antagonize that thing.
Sure.
But how many times during the spring have you been throwing a plopper style bait and you get plenty of bites on that too because of the sound aggravates them and all that? I just think it has to do with more the mood of the fish, like he was saying. If they're really aggressive, covering a lot of water with a moving bait like that, like a plopper or something, is going to allow you to put that bait in front of more fish, right? Whereas it takes a lot of time to make an effective cast compared to with a walking style bait, as opposed to like a plopper or a buzz bait or something like that. So
and that's the other thing. Like if you have a specific point or like
targets.
Yeah, if you have like, I know this little zone right here, I know they're in there, I'm gonna pick it apart. Then maybe the walking bait's better, in the spot like that too. Where if you just don't know what you're targeting, you don't know what. I feel like that thing looked weird on me. If you don't know what you're targeting, you're just covering water. Pick up a Chopo and go.
Like a grass flat or something. It can be bass anywhere, right? So just cover water. Cover water.
What about minimum temperature for either one of you guys?
Minimum temp on top water?
Yes, sir.
I'm probably going to be picking it up, like, for me, some guys might say, in the fall, I'll throw it later as it gets colder. Yeah. But in the spring, I wait till the low 60s for me. That's kind of like 62, 63. When the first fish start getting up there to spawn, I'm going to start thinking about top water. Yeah. But then in the fall, you can catch them on top water all the way down to 50s. Upper 40s, 50,
I'm looking for surface activity, man. Like, if it's in the spring and I start seeing minnows and stuff flicking everywhere, bass and stuff busting on the surface, then I'm going to start throwing top water. If I want to see some activity on the surface, really. And that's not always true, because there's been days when you don't see any activity in a top water or work. But I personally, whenever I pick it up, I'm going to see some activity on the surface and that.
It's like 50 degrees, don't even pack it.
Not in the spring.
In the fall you could, if they're schooling.
All right, but not in 2 weeks.
Yeah, not in 2 weeks.
Okay, well that's good. You just said.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate y'all listening.
Yeah, thank you.